it's Seth, your Mild Mannered Mage, and we are back with another episode of Breaking Boxes. And as you can see, we've changed our camera setup a little bit, so we've now got two cameras going, so you can watch me in this camera here while I'm opening packs on this camera here. So trying something out a little bit new. I hope that y'all like this, and it brings you just a little bit better experience as we're going through and opening packs, doing deck buildings, and all that other stuff. So today we are continuing our pack opening experience as we take a look at Magic's newest core set, Foundations. So I have finally gotten my hands on the Play Booster box here, and as you can see, it was specially marked for me. So this finally came in at my local game store. I got my hands on it on Wednesday. So gonna start cracking into it today. So we've got your boy Johnny. We've got Chandra, Kato, and surprised Tiny Bones isn't on here. Everything else that I've seen relating to Foundations has had Tiny Bones on it, but not this pack. So let's get into. Oh, and we just knocked the camera around. Okay, I think we are all right there. So let's get into this pack, and there we go. See what we got here. So as I've gone through and I've been opening packs of this, I've only opened 2 pre-release kits, and I've opened a bundle box. I've not really had, I've had okay luck with those. Nothing too out of the ordinary. I did hit that big, what was it, the Conqueror that whenever you deal damage, you gain life. So that was a pretty good hit, but that's really been the biggest hit that I've had, outside of a couple of heir apparents. So not really been a huge set for me so far. So I'm hoping out of these, how many packs do we get in this nowadays? Is there 36 packs, I think? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times 3 is 36. So hopefully out of these 36 packs, we will get something good. Still looking for a couple of those Planeswalkers. Haven't seen Tiny Bones. What else would we like to see? I've already pulled a couple of Leyline Axes, so I'm good there. A couple more of the new Blasphemous Edicts would be nice to go in my commander decks. Can never have too many board wipes. But there is just so much goodness in this set, so a lot of good things that can come out of here. So would really like to see, I'd like to see some value out of this box. The last box that I opened was a Play Booster bundle. 9 packs, been about $40. Looking at the cost of the mythics and the rares, I only got $20 of value out of that. And honestly, the biggest hits out of that, half the value, came from 2 commons, and that was the 2 heir apparents that I pulled from that box. So that was those are a little over $4 a pop right now. And so for that to represent almost half the value of the box, I honestly was a little disappointed. So hopefully this box will be a little bit more forgiving. So I've got stack number 1 here set aside. Stack number 2 and 3 pushed off to the side, ready and raring to go. So when we get back from the break, we will start on stack number 1 for Magic Foundations. Hang tight. And we are back with this episode of Breaking Boxes. I'm Seth, your Mild Mannered Mage, and I'm getting used to having another camera here on me as we're doing some filming. So, we've got our Play Booster box ready and raring to go. We've got our first stack of 12. We've got stacks 2 and 3 off to the side waiting to be opened. And before we jump into it, here are a couple of Magic the Gathering Arena codes, just as a thank you for hanging out with me as we go through and open these packs. Again, don't forget to give us a like, give us a subscribe, hit that bell to make those dings when we upload these videos so you know exactly when those drop so you can grab these codes. And again, I appreciate all of your support as we go through this YouTube journey. And with that said, let's get into pack number 1. And we'll go through these commons. I've also had not as much luck in terms of having like the double rares or a rare and a mythic. So hopefully this box will break that up for me. Eager Truffle Snout, Fabloom Trick. We'll set this Rogue's Passage off to the side. Keep our lands a little separate. Infernal Vessel. Into a card I've not seen yet in this set. Zul Asher Lichlord, black and 1 for a zombie warlock. Ward, pay 2 life for a 2/2, and you can tap it. You may cast target zombie creature card from your graveyard this turn. That is pretty powerful. Be able to pull some zombie creatures from your graveyards. Great in a mono black zombie deck. That could be your commander. This would be exceptionally good in a blue black zombie deck with not Training Grounds but Intruder Alarm, because you could tap it, cast a zombie spell from your graveyard, that creature enters, untaps this, and then wash, rinse, repeat until you run out of mana. So I think that could be a lot of fun. Into a Burst Lightning, Tranquil Cove as our land, and then our token. Pack number 2. Get through these commons. An offer you cannot refuse. The Cat Collector. Dreadwing Scavenger. Into an Electro Duplicate. This is a fun card that I got to play in pre-release. Red and 2, create a token that's a copy of target creature you control, except it has the haste, and at the beginning of the end step, sack this token, and then you can pay two red and 2 to flash it back, so you can get something big and stompy that's in your graveyard, or you can make a copy of something that's big and stompy on your battlefield, and then you can flash this back and do it again. And then a foil copy of An Offer You Cannot Refuse. Pack number 3. All right. Straight through our commons. Perforating Artist, Billowing Shriek Mass, Frenzied Goblin into a time stop, 2 blue and 4 for a simple instant in the turn. So any of those effects that says do this at the end of your turn, this allows you just to end the turn. And then there's that Bloodthirsty Conqueror that I was talking about before. So that whenever you deal damage, and it's a flying death touch, Vampire Knight, 2 black and 3, for a 5/5, whenever an opponent loses life, you gain that much life. And then there's a couple of effects that whenever you gain life, opponents lose life. So you have those two effects on the battlefield, this one and one of the others, and then that just gives you a constant loop so that you just set off one chain of life loss and then it just spirals from there. Run away together into an island and an elf warrior. So already this if that Bloodthirsty Conqueror is maintaining value, already we are off to a great start. And we have a special guest coming through. Come on through, buddy. Come on. I know you want to. There he is. Here he is, the Planeskitty, Mr. Finn. My orange boy that has all of 3 brain cells and likes to snack on my arm, as you can see. Right, there he goes. Yep, bite the arm. Nom 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 nom. Okay, let's get down. Okay. Now that we've had a Planeskitty break, the most powerful card in Magic, the Llanowar Elves. Blazing Scourge, Vampire Gourmand, Rune Sealed Wall, Goblin Negotiation, into an Abyssal Harvester. Again, have not seen this card yet. 2 black and 1 for a Demon Warlock, 3/2. Tap it, exile target creature card from a graveyard that was put there this turn. Create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a nightmare in addition to its other types. Then exile all other nightmare tokens you control. Interesting. So you can make a token, but you got to get rid of all your other nightmares. I have to see how you can play around with that, because that seems like that could be good, because you can steal stuff from your opponent's graveyards. But you can't hold on to the nightmares that you make. You can only have 1 nightmare at a time, it sounds like. Or 1 activated nightmare ability from the Abyssal Harvester. So, that's kind of interesting. Into our first Planeswalker from this set, Kato, the Cunning Infiltrator, 2 blue and 1. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, put a loyalty counter on Kato. +1 comes in with 3 loyalty counters. +1, up to 1 target creature you control can't be blocked this turn. Draw a card, then discard a card. -2, create a 2/1 blue ninja creature token. And -9, -9, you get an emblem with whenever a player casts a spell, create a 2/1 blue ninja creature token. That's kind of interesting, and nice in foil as well. Check that out. Alright, off to a good start with this box. 2 mythics already. And we still have 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Pack number 5 we are on. Through our commons, Grappling Kraken, Claws Out, Balmor Battle Mage, Ravenous Amulet, into another Lateral Blade of Elves. This is like my third or fourth one of these from this set. Black, green, and 2 for an Elf Noble. Menache, 2/3. Whenever Lateral deals combat damage to a player, create that many 1/1 green Elf Warrior creature tokens. Tap Lateral, tap 10 untapped elves you control. Each opponent loses 10 life, you gain 10 life. Perfectly serviceable elf commander for Golgari. Yeah, I've seen, Elf Ball does Elf Ball things. Again, I think I would be a little more pleased with this, again, if this wasn't the fourth one that I've already opened from this set. Oh, and a rabbit token. One thing that I've noticed too, I mean, even though it is a common card, not really seeing a lot of the heir apparents. So, not sure where all they are hiding at. There's another land. Wildwood Scourge, Spectral Sailor, DeGraff Ghoul, into an Elvish Archdruid, 2 green and 1 for a 2/2 Elf Druid. Other elf creatures you control get +1/+1, and tap it and add a green for each elf you control. Again, elf Ball got an elf. Into, another mythic, full art, Chandra the Flame Shaper. Not foil, but damn, doesn't that look good. 2 red and 5. Whoo, she expensive too. And you can alter automatically. Okay. +2, add 3 red. Exile the top 3 cards of your library. Choose one. You may play that card this turn. +1, create a token that's a copy of target creature you control, except it has haste, and at the beginning of the end step, sack this token. And -4, Chandra deals 8 damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and or planeswalkers. Yeah, I'm actually half tempted to drop this Chandra into my Prosper deck for that +2 and +1 ability. I mean, that -4 is nice. That's could be a potential board wipe. Get some creatures off your back, but being able to exile the cards and play them, that just screams Prosper to me. Into a foil Secluded Courtyard, a Swamp, and a Gobbo. Into the next pack. I mean, I would have expected to... I mean, we're on what, pack 6 right now? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Pack 7. And I would have expected to have at least hit one heir apparent already. Into an Overrun, a Juggernaut, Dragon Trainer, Kellen Planar Trailblazer, 1 red mana for a 2/1 legendary human fairy scout. For red and 1, if Kellen is a scout, it becomes a human fairy detective and gains, whenever Kellen deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. And then for a red and 2, if Kellen is a detective, it becomes a 3/2 human fairy rogue and gains double strike. Okay, so you can slowly make Kellen a little bit bigger. Doesn't fly, and then if you do take him up to be a rogue, he loses that exile ability, it sounds like. Not sure how I feel about that. Into a Goblin Borders, a Blossoming Sands, and a Drake. And our next pack. through all of our commons. Revenge of the Rats, Blanchwood Armor, Self-Reflection, into another Brass's Bounty. This is like my third or fourth one of these. 7 mana, red and 6. For each land you control, create a treasure token. I mean, that's pretty good. If you've not played any rocks and you just got all lands, that's going to give you 7 treasures for your next turn. That's pretty good. Again, with some of these, I'd be a little bit more excited if I haven't already pulled a couple of them already. I think that's the problem with these pack opening games, is the longer you open packs, the more likely you are going to run into things over and over again. Spinner of Souls, green and 2 for a reaching Spider Spirit, 4/3. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you may reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card. Put that card into your hand and the rest in the bottom of your library. Great way to refill your hand if a creature does some dying. Into another mythic. This box is paying off in dividends. We do have Liliana, the Dreadhorde General. So we have hit 3 of the 5 Planeswalkers in not even the first 12 packs. 3 of the 5. I probably won't hit the other 2. I would be very surprised. But we're just now missing a Johnny and I think it's Vivian. But I went from having no Planeswalkers from this set to having one of the best Planeswalkers and 2 others. And this is a reprint, this Liliana, and then the other 2 are brand new. So, I mean, I think I've gotten my... I'm getting some good value out of this box already. Liliana, Dreadhorde General, 2 black and 4. Whenever a creature you control dies, draw a card. Comes in 6 loyalty. +1, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. -4, each player sacks 2 creatures of their choice. And -9, each opponent chooses a permanent they control of each permanent type, then sacrifices the rest. Arbiter of Woe. Whoa. 12 and pack number 10. Alright, if I get those other 2 Planeswalkers, I would be very surprised. Seeker's Folly, Fishing Pole, Bolt Wave, Elvish Regrower, into a Kaikar Zephyr Awakener, white, blue, and 2 for a Bird Wizard, 3/4, flying. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, choose one, exile another target creature you control, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step, or create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with the flying. Alright, pack number 11. Here we go. I may have already hit my mythic limit for this box. I don't know. And there's our first Heir Apparent of the box. 11 deep is how far we had to go. Heir Apparent. White and 1 for a Rabbit Noble. When this creature enters, create a number of 1/1 white rabbit creature tokens equal to the number of other creatures you control named Heir Apparent. A deck can have any number of cards named Heir Apparent for a 2/2. I will set that off to the side because that is like a $4 card. into a 1,000-Year Storm. Red, blue, and 4. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it for each other instant and sorcery spell you've cast before it this turn. You may choose new targets. And last but not least, pack numero 12. Let's see if we've got some good stuffs. Heartfire Immolator, Micronancer, Reassembling Skeleton, Mild Mannered Librarian, not Mild Mannered Mage, into a Sear Slicer Goblin. Red and 1 for a 2/1. Raid at the beginning of your end step. If you attacked this turn, create a 1/1 gobbo. Okay. So swing, get a goblin. And there we have it. That is our first 12 packs, and what a set of 12 it was. We got not 1, not 2, but 3 Planeswalkers out of this set. Plus a highly sought after mythic, if it's still like I'm thinking. So I'm thinking we have, and I'm just double checking this stack, we may have already hit our mythic limit. Yep, that's 4 mythics already. So we may very well have already gotten all the mythics we're going to from this pack, or from this box. But I think we are well on our way to this being a very good box of foundations. Now, if we can just hit maybe that new Eldrazi, the 7 Squire, that would be nice. Maybe a doubling season, I would take that. Maybe we could get the last 2 Planeswalkers, but those are mythic, so probably not going to happen. We're going to take a short break. I'm going to catch my breath. And when we come back, we will have 12 more packs to open up. Stay tuned, and we'll see what is in the treasure trove. We'll be back in a minute. Hi everybody, and welcome back to this episode of Breaking Boxes. I am Seth, your Mild Mannered Mage, and we are here now with stack number 2 from this Play Booster box of Magic the Gathering Foundations. Before we jump into this stack, just want to thank everybody for hanging out with me as we break into these packs. And as, again, a thank you, here are a couple of Magic the Gathering Arena codes, just as a thank you for tuning in to this episode. Again, be sure to give us a like, give us a follow, turn on the things that, as they say, that make the dings, so that you know when new episodes drop, so you can come in and watch as I crack open some packs, and you can get these handy dandy codes. Alright, and now after I hit the swing arm that my camera is attached to, let's, as they say, dive into these packs. Cracking now, pack number 13. Now let's see what sort of goodness we can get. Going through our commons: Inspiration from Beyond, Vengeful Blood Witch, Blessed Sun Healer, Adventuring Gear, into a Galta Primal Hunter. This is a 12 mana, 2 green and 10, 12/12 legendary Elder Dino. It costs X less to cast, where X is the total power of creatures that you control. And it does have the trample. So this is the original one of the original big bads from when we, I think, originally visited Ixalan. That's where all the dinosaurs originally came from. So Galta has been kind of a mainstay in Commander. So good to see him coming back. And then into a Banishing Light and a Jungle Hollow. And pack number 14. Now, surely we will get more than just one Heir Apparent in a box of 36, but we will see. DeGraff Ghoul, Spectral Spirit, Heraldic Banner, into a Banner of Kinship. As this artifact enters, choose a creature type. This artifact enters with a fellowship counter on it for each creature you control of the chosen type. Creatures you control get +1/+1 for each fellowship counter on this artifact. So very reminiscent of a Door of Destinies. I actually traded for this on pre-release from somebody else and threw this into my Aragorn Humans deck. And yeah, this is a great... I really like this card, especially for a tribal deck, so lots of fun. Into a Rite of the Dragon Collar, another mythic, so maybe my mythic luck hasn't ceased yet. Rite of the Dragon Collar, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a 5/5 red dragon creature token with the flying. Into a Dazzling Angel, and our land, and an art card. Pack number 15. Alright. Run through these commons, and you can hear the plains animals playing in the back. Miss Frizzle, Twin Blade Blessing, Tragic Banshee, Garruk's Uprising, Ruby Daring Tracker, into a Mossborn Hydra. Trample, this creature enters with a +1/+1 counter. It is a 0/0 for a green and 2. Landfall, whenever a land you control enters, double the number of +1/+1 counters on this creature. So, I'm sorry, my Finn and Miss Frizzle, two of my plains animals, are playing in the background, and you probably see Finn jumping all over the place trying to get away from Frizzle. So, and here comes Finn across the keyboard right now, and hopefully he will not stop the recording. Into an Imprison in the Moon, a Plains, and a Vivian Reed. And let me get out. Alright. Hey, now. Alright. Come here. Come here, Finn. Yeah, he's not happy. Yeah, I know. There he is. There's a Finaroo. Finaroo, the brainless, or Finn of the 2 brain cells, amazed by the ring light, not of the magic cards. Alright, getting his 5 seconds of fame, looking at all the ring lights around. Trying not to put him down because Miss Frizzle, my Planespuppy, is right under my desk and is like really intent on getting at Finn. So this is Finn the Planeskitty. We still have also Coraline the Planeskitty, but her and Finn do not get along, so I only have one with me at a time. So there we go. Well, let's see if we can get Finn to lay down on the other side of my desk. Right there. Okay, so that was the Planeskitty hour. Let's get into this next pack. Alright. Still only one heir apparent, I swear. Fire Spitterwhelp, Fiendish Panda, Arcane Epiphany, Snakeskin Veil, into a Coma World Eater. 2 green, 2 blue, and 3 for a legendary serpent. This spell can't be countered. Trample Ward 4, because, you know, that's what a Coma needs. Whenever Coma deals combat damage to a player, create 4 3/3 blue serpent creature tokens named Coma's Coil. So, yep, that's what we needed, was a new version of the Coma. Into a quick draw Katana, a land, and our token. Next pack. Moving through our commons. Brineborn Cutthroat, Quake Strider Ceratops, Hitsigu's Second Right, into a Solemn Simulacrum. 4 mana for a 2/2. When this creature enters, search your library for a basic. Put it into the battlefield tap, then shuffle. When this creature dies, you may draw a card. Into a Muldrotha. Another Mythic. Okay. Alright. Mythic luck holding out. Still looking for those other 2 Planeswalkers, though. That would be pretty nice. Muldrotha the Gravetide. Sultai 3. For a 6/6 elemental avatar. During each of your turns, you may play a land, cast a permanent spell, and cast a permanent spell of each permanent type from your graveyard. If a card has multiple permanent types, choose one as you play it. Into a Thrill of Possibilities, another land, and an art card. Next pack. If I can get the pack open. Through the commons. Guarded Air, Mild Mannered Librarian, the Reassembling Skeleton, Heartfire Immolator, into a 9 lives Familiar, 2 black and 1 for a 1/1. This creature enters with 8 revival counters on it. If you cast it, when this creature dies, if it had a revival counter on it, return it to the battlefield with 1 fewer revival counter on it at the beginning of its next end step. So it's a cat with 9 lives on it. Billowing Shriek Mass, into another land. Hey. And then I've got some dogs and cats behind me trying to get at each other. Still. Alright, next pack up. Okay. Sarah Angel, Zombify, Dwylin Giltleaf Dane, into a High Society Hunter. 2 black and 3 for a Flying Vampire Noble, 5/3. When this creature attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Whenever another non-token creature dies, you may draw a card. Into a foil Quake Strider Ceratops, and a land and a Gobbo. into our next pack. I'm going to be really mad if we get through this entire box and there's only one heir apparent. That's just going to be, to me, completely ridiculous. Angel of Finality, Exanguate, Tatiova, Reclamation Sage, and then there's our little furry boy, Loot, Exuberant Explorer. Green and 2, you may play an extra land on each of your turns. 6 mana, 2 green and 4. Tapping to look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card with mana value less than or equal to the number of lands you control from among them and put it onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom in random order. So it kind of reminds me of Mael, where you're basically spinning it to win it. 24, 23, 22, pack number 21. There we go. Micromancer, Strongbox Raider, Stromkirk Blood Thief, Abrade, into a Crystal Barricade. White and 1 for a Defender Wall 0/4. You have Hexproof, so that's pretty good, so you can't be targeted. Prevent all non-combat damage that would be dealt to other creatures that you control. I like that. Into a Refute, and an Island, and an Art card. Pack number 22. Lots of Thrill of Possibilities that I have seen. I've seen at least 3 or 4. Burnished Heart, Hero's Downfall, Clickain't, Sky Mage, Fiery Annihilation, into a Kiora of the Rising Tide, blue and 2 for a Merfolk Noble. When she enters, draw 2, then discard 2. Whenever she attacks, if there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard, create Scion of the Deep, a legendary 8/8 blue octopus creature token. So we're releasing the Kraken with her. Pack number 23. We're getting there, folks. Token in the wrong spot. Good Fortune Unicorn, Mischievous Pup, Arbiter of Woe, into a Day of Judgment. 2 white and 2, destroy all creatures. And then a foil, Consuming Aberration, blue, black, and 3, horror, star. Its power and toughness are equal to the number of cards in your opponent's graveyards. And then whenever you cast a spell, each opponent mills until they reveal a land card. So that is pretty good. I really like that. I just realized my camera is a little off, so trying to fix that some. There we go. And it is a shiny boy, too. I like that. And then a rat token, and then pack number 24. And there we go. Number 2. So 24 packs so far and only 2 heir apparents. Secluded Courtyard, Vampire Nighthawk, Joust Through, Essence Scatter, into an Anthem of Champions, Selesnya, green-white. For enchantment, creatures you control get +1/+1. Into a Crackling Cyclops, a Shiny Forest, and an art card. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the second stack of 24 cards from our Magic the Gathering Foundations pack. So we are hitting some bangers so far, I think. Still hit another Mythic, which surprised me with that Day of the Dragon's enchantment, which is really good. Cast an instant or sorcery and get a 5/5 dragon. I really like that. Still, our heir apparent count is only 2 for 24. But we do still have 12 packs remaining. And we might be able to get that count up a little bit higher. What do y'all think? So when we get back the final 12 packs from this Magic the Gathering Foundations Play Booster box, hang tight and we'll be right back. And we are back with this episode of Breaking Boxes. I'm Seth, your Mild Mannered Mage, and we are wrapping up this Play Booster box of Magic the Gathering Foundations, and we are opening up our final 12 packs. So this is packs 25 through 36. Our heir apparent count is still 2 for 24 packs. So we've only pulled 2 cards so far out of 24 packs, which I feel like for a common is pretty low. But we have also hit 3 of the 5 Planeswalkers. Our Mythic count is pretty high right now. And we still got 12 packs to go. So let's get into it with pack number 25. Let's do it. Going through all of our commons. Arcane Epiphany, Tatiova, Exsanguate, Angel of Finality, into a Kellen Planar Trailblazer. We have already pulled one of him, so this gives us our second one for the box. Into a Treetop Spine Snare Spinner, and our land, and an art card. Pack number 26. And here we go. So we are now at 3 out of 26 for heir apparents. Ravenous Amulet, Blanchwood Armor, Revenge of the Rats, into an Atali of the Primal Storm, 2 red and 4 for a legendary Elder Dinosaur, 6/6. One of my favorite Elder Dinosaurs. Whenever Atali attacks, exile the top card of each player's library. Then you may cast any number of spells from among these cards without paying their mana costs. This is in my Prosper deck. You know, you just have to swing with it once, and you're getting, you know, hopefully 4 treasures, as long as you're not hitting a land off of the top. And then our Mythic luck is holding out. Look at that, doubling season. 5 mana, green and 4. If an effect would create 1 or more tokens under your control, it produces twice that many. If an effect would put 1 or more counters on a permanent you control, it puts twice that many. One of the OG doublers. And it's a Mythic. Oh my goodness. Look at that. That Mythic luck is holding out. Pack number 27. Alright, still 3 for 27. Divine Resilience. Imprison in the Moon. Abrade. Think Twice. Into a Seer Slicer Goblin, red and 1. Raid at the beginning of your end step. If you attack this turn, create a 1/1 Goblin creature token. Into an Apothecary Stomper, excuse me. Pack 28. There's another Apothecary Stomper. Savannah Lions, Warden of the Cycle, Self-Reflection, Felling Blow, into a Herald of the Eternal Dawn, yet another mythic. Are we going to hit all the mythics in this box? 3 white and 4 Flying Flash. You can't lose the game, and your opponents can't win. That sounds like a Platinum Angel for a 6/6 Angel. Broken Wings, into a Mountain, and an Art card. And that is beautiful art on that Herald of the Eternal Dawn. Alright, Needle Tooth Pack. Seismic Rupture. Aetherize. Empyrean Eagle, into another Crystal Barricade. Defender Wall. You have hexproof, prevent all non-combat damage. Vengeful Blood Witch. Rugged Highlands, into a Gobbo. Pack number 30. I have pulled right a many of these Llanowar Elves, though. Those are always, a good mana dork is always helpful. Reclamation Sage, Arbiter of Woe, Mischievous Pup. I've got some Mischievous Cats. Does that count? Good Fortune Unicorn, into a Genesis Wave. That's a good hit. 3 green and X. Reveal the top X cards of your library. You may put any number of permanent cards with mana value X or less from among them onto the battlefield. Then put all cards revealed this way that weren't put onto the battlefield into your graveyard. This is a great way if you've got especially a lot of mana to just dump your library onto the battlefield. Into a Plains and a Rabbit, into a Finn trying to walk across again. And he is displeased with me as I have done the preventings. Alright. Pack number 31. And he's gonna power walk it anyway. Oh no. And of course he gets the webcam. Alright, we'll try to get this fixed real quick. Alright, sorry about that. But, that is the joy of filming with animals. Right, Frizzle? Alright, let's get back into it. Alright, Midnight Snack. Some Swifties. Affectionate Endrick. Soulstone Sanctuary. Ooh, not seen this. Tap it to add a colorless. Pay 4. This land becomes a 3/3 creature with vigilance. and all creature types. It's still a land. Okay. That's kind of interesting. Into yet another mythic. This has been just a chock full of mythic box. Sire of the Seven Deaths. First strike, vigilance, menace, trample, reach, lifelink, ward, pay 7 life for a 7/7 Eldrazi. That is a lot, ladies and gentlemen. So we're hitting all the big mythics, apparently. And you know what? I'm here for it. Into a mountain and a cat token. And I've lost my pile of tokens. There we go. Alright. What pack am I on? 36, 35, 34, 33, 32. Alright. Wildwood Scourge. Fey Bloom Trick. Meteor Golem. Into a Blasphemous Edict. 2 black and 3 for sorcery. You may pay black rather than pay this spell's mana cost if there are 13 or more creatures on the battlefield. Each player sacks 13 creatures of their choice. I kind of like that. I just noticed that needs to come down just a little bit. There we go. I think that's better. All right. Into an Eager Truffle Snout, Wind-Scarred Crag, and an Art card. 33. Youthful Valkyrie, Bulk Up, Heroic Reinforcements, a Johnny Pride Mate, into another. Oh, I like the art on this. 9 Lives Familiar. Again, the cat with the 9 lives. But I like this art a lot better. And then a Healer's Hawk. $34. Cephalid Ink Mage, Nessian Hornbeetle, Stroke of Midnight, into a Scavenging Ooze. Exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a creature card, put a 1/1 counter on this creature and you gain 1 life. Into another doubling season. Now, I know I'm going to put the price of this somewhere in the corner down here under the, under the, I can't get my finger to point right down that way, on the B-roll footage for this, where I blow out the card and everything. I'm not sure what the price is right now. I will look it up later, but the last time that I looked at doubling season, these were at least, I think, $40 a pop. So 40 to 50, depending on the printing. And so I've pulled 2 of them out of this flipping box. And this is, I still have 2 packs left. Let me just look real quick. Okay, let's put this here, that there, that there. And I need to count really quickly. Let me do it this way, because I can look at the... Alright. Because I have to know how many so far. Let's see. Because this box has been just so ridiculous. These are all the mythics that I have pulled from this box so far. And that's a lot more than I would expect. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mythics. This is ridiculous. I mean, holy shit. That is, oh my god. And I still have 2 packs left. There are probably not going to be any mythics in there. But damn. Okay. Alright, I'll take it. If that's what they want to give me, I'll take it. Why not? Right? Right. Pack number 35. There's another Heir Apparent. So we're at 4 Heir Apparents. Eager Truffle Snout. Into a Shivan Dragon. Into an Ashroot Animus. Red, green, and 2 for Trampling Lizard Druid. 4/4. Whenever this creature attacks, another target creature you control gains trample and gets XX until end of turn, where X is this creature's power. So this sounds like a Xenagos, the Reveler, but just in a creature format. So I like it. Oh, and then we got another Sylvan Scavenging, 2 green and 1. At the beginning of your end step, choose one. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Or create a 3/3 green raccoon creature token if you control a creature with power 4 or greater. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The final pack of this Play Booster box of Magic the Gathering Foundations. Let's go. Alright, so our final Heir Apparent count is 4 hairs out of 36 packs. So we're averaging what? Then 1 Heir Apparent for every 9 packs. Skyship Buccaneer. Meteor Golem. Slumbering Cerebus into another Consuming Apparition. That's a pretty good card to end on, I think. I do like me a good Consuming Apparition. And then we do have a foiling Shivan Dragon. And a Plains and an art card. And that's it! That is all of this box of Magic the Gathering Foundations. And what a box it was. 4 Heir Apparents, 2 Doubling Seasons, and what did I say? 10 mythical cards. Mythic rare cards. So that is just, to me, I mean, let's look at them again one more time. That just sounds, it's just, we got 3 of the Planeswalkers. We got the Bloodthirsty Conqueror. 2 Doubling Seasons. And the Sire of the 7 7, 8, 9, 10. That's it right there. And then a bunch of other good things right here. So, I certainly do appreciate y'all hanging out with me while we go through and we open up this entire Play Booster box. What a box it's been. It's been just kind of all over the place. So, as a thank you for hanging out with me one more time, here is yet another set of one's upside down Magic the Gathering Arena codes. Just again, as a thank you, as we continue to explore all of the fun cards that Magic the Gathering has to offer. We build some decks. We talk about the cards that we know and we love, and how we can continue to have fun with them, because that's what this is all about, is having some fun. And I hope y'all have a good time hanging out with me. Once again, please be sure to give us a like, give us a subscribe, click on that bell to turn on your notifications so that you know when we release a new video, so that you can come in, hang out with me, get these codes. Be sure to check out our other shows. We have War Council, where we do some deck techs, and I share some of my personal commander decks with y'all. And some of my reasonings of the method behind the madness, as it is. We also have Cardboard Review, where I partner up with Polkadet Mike over at Whatnot, or Mike with Polkadet over at Whatnot, as we talk about the upcoming releases from Magic the Gathering and what we think about it, and share our opinions. And depending on whether or not y'all take those with a grain of salt and what you think about them. And then also Arena Antics, where I go online and act like I know what I'm doing in Magic the Gathering Arena. We play a little brawl. We try to have some fun. So, once again, I'm Seth, your Mild Mannered Mage, wishing everybody some happy magicking. Y'all take it easy and have a good night.